This is Brian, aka Texas Treasures. In today's video, I want to talk to you about goal setting and show you the daily action steps I take to help achieve my goals. I know this is a topic of conversation I have a lot with my friend Clay and some other resellers, so I just want to give you a little insight into how I do it, and maybe you'll be able to use this to help you out to set your goals as a reseller and to accomplish the big things that you are trying to achieve. All right, and so this is kind of the template, and what I do, you can do this in a journal format, and there's some good journals that have this, and I'll go ahead and link one of those journals below. You can just go ahead and buy the journal, or you could just do it on notebook paper or on a whiteboard. I've done it on both. I've done it on all three. Currently, I use it on a whiteboard, but for today's video, I'm just go ahead and show you how to do it. All right, so obviously, we're talking about goal setting and how that relates as a reseller. Each day you want to do this. So you would put the date. So today is what? Can't spell. February 24th. There we go. And one of the key things with motivation and goal setting is to start out with a proper mindset. So I always like to start out with something I'm grateful for, right? And then maybe obviously through the lens of reselling. So what is something I'm grateful for? Let's just say today I am grateful for the YouTube community and all the free knowledge and motivation that is out there. I was thinking about our live shows that I do on Thursday evenings. Had Kevin, aka the Thrifting Lounge, and Scott, Triple D, the Dumpster Diving Dad. By the way, check out their channels, and they've been on the last couple of my YouTube live shows, and just the knowledge and the motivation that they help provide me with is invaluable. And so I'm just thankful that that's out there. You can also watch plenty of YouTube videos that are uploaded on reselling. Increase your knowledge, increase your motivation, and help you achieve those big goals. So that's something I'm thankful for that's currently on my mind. I want to start with a big goal and how that relates to reselling. And by the way, this template works in any part of your life, whether it's marriage, friendships, financial, any of those things. So you can implement in any of them, but I'm focused on reselling. So with reselling, a big goal that I have is a monthly goal. So let's just say I want to have a big goal is I want to list 50 items. Since it's Monday, let's start this week. I want 50 new items this week. Now, as a reseller, I have a full-time job, and I do reselling part-time. If I was full-time, that might be different, but for on a part-time level, I think 50 would be great. Well, it's one thing to have a goal, but what are 3 micro goals that I can do that will help me achieve these things? That's going to help me. So let's see. Let's create a micro goal of 3 things that I could do. I will source 50 new items this week at either garage sales, thrift stores, or storage units, because you got to get the items to list them, right? And then number 2, I will get the items I will have at least 10 items prepped before the next day. That way I can get 10 up a day for 5 days, and that gives me a little wiggle room. And number 3, I will plan my sourcing routes the night before, right? Because you got to figure out where you're going to go sourcing at for that week or that day. All right, so those would be 3 action plans. Now, 3 micro goals. Now, my action plan would break down for that day, right? So what would that day look like as a reseller? Well, for me, I get up, and let's just say we're going to, from 5 to 6:30, we're going to pull sold orders and package them for shipment. That's usually what I do first things in the morning. All right. Then maybe let's say from 6:30 till 7, give myself time to eat breakfast. I'm going to say this is on a day that I'm actually going actively sourcing. It could be a Saturday or a day during the week if I took the day off from my regular job. Let's just say I have planned this week out and I want this day out, I want to go sourcing at the Goodwill bins, which I plan on doing this Friday, and also some garage sales. So from 7 to 8, I will travel to, because it takes an hour for me to get there, to the Goodwill bins. Oh, and I need to remember, make sure I am recording my mileage on Stride, which is a cool app that records your mileage, which is deductible, is a deductible expense, right? So that's 7 to 8 a.m. I got to get there. And let's say I'm going to give myself 2 hours. I'm going to source for items to sell at the Goodwill bins. These would be things I'd be focusing on: shoes, shoes and hard goods are my two main things I like to source. All right, so let's just say it's Friday or Saturday. There's garage sales, and then I'm going to leave there, and from 10 to noon, I'm going to source at garage sales using use another good app, Yard Sale Treasure Map. Right, it basically syncs in the garage sales listed on Craigslist, and then it's in this app, and you can see where they're at. You can click them, and it'll navigate you to it. It's an awesome app, Yard Sale Treasure Map. All right, so we got to have some time to eat, to fuel up. Say noon to 1, we'll have lunch. Okay, at that time, after 4 hours of sourcing, I should have 50 items. At that point, well, I've got the items I've pulled. I now got to take them to the post office. So let's just say 1, depending on where I'm at, right? 1 to 1:30. Get to the post office. And at this point, I could be far from home. So I need to allow some travel time to travel home. Maybe I'm in Fort Worth. Get home. Now we've got all these items, right? Got to start prepping them. Let's prep and clean the sourced items. And then after I've done that, I like to do this every day, right? Knowledge is power. Spend 3:30 to 4 studying solds on eBay. This is how you can increase your knowledge on whatever niches that you're reselling in. Maybe I'm looking in shoes, maybe I'm looking in electronics, jeans, whatever category. Study those solds to give me an advantage when I'm out sourcing. All right, so, what is this? D30, 3:30. All right, so now that day is done, and that's probably a Saturday. But you want to reflect on the day, right? So evening reflections. Let's celebrate a win. Let's just say hypothetically, because I've done sourcing many times. Maybe I celebrate a win. Let's just say I was able to negotiate on some electronics and get them down from, let's just say, because this has happened, right? Say they want to sell them for 20, get them down to $10. Get them down from 20 to 10. So that would be a win if that had happened. You also want to identify a problem. Let's say that day while I'm out sourcing, what could be a possible problem that would happen? I'll think of something that happened in the past, right? I got angry with a rude seller and walked away from a good deal. Like that's happened. I remember the lady was just really rude, and one time I just gave up on a deal where I should have just stayed rational. So which brings me to the next point, right? What's a possible solution? Now you'll want to do this in real time, right? So possible solution is to realize that all right, let's not realize, let's turn this to an action. Don't let emotions interfere with business. And I did learn this, and you'll run into rude people every once in a while. And ever since that one time, I no longer allow people, don't allow my emotions to interfere with my sourcing. Okay, and then you want to evaluate your day on a scale of 1 to 10. How was the discipline for that day? Did you stick with your plans? I don't know. This is a hypothetical day. Let's say I did pretty well. Maybe I went a little bit over on lunch, or my timing was off. Maybe I give myself a 7 for that day. Overall, how was the day? You know, maybe it was a good day. I was in a good mood. Give myself an 8. And then just a general daily reflection on the day. How did it go? It could be something you realized, right? Like this is something I've been realizing lately. I've been doing a lot of storage units, and I do like them, and you can make some good money. But doing those storage units kind of has gotten me away from my roots, and I've been listing a lot of clothing, which just kind of saps my motivation. So maybe let's just say I realized that day. So it could be something like this. Even though I enjoy buying storage units, I don't like listing clothing every day. Okay, therefore, I will get back to doing garage sales, thrift stores, estate sales, and be more picky on the storage units I purchase. All right, so it doesn't say I'm not going to do storage units. It'll be ones maybe that have more electronics or collectibles, things that I really enjoy versus piled high with laundry there. All right. So that's an example of a goal setting template. And once again, you could write this out each day. You could buy a journal. You could do it on a whiteboard. Any of these will work. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, and you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button below. Smash the like button. Helps other people. It helps me out with this video. And then comment below, how do you set your goals? And do you have a goal setting method that you use? Comment below. And that's it for today, guys. Happy treasure hunting while you're out there. And until next time, we'll see you.